Well, January 2024, a New York grand jury indicted you for machine gun possession, unregistered firearm possession over the 2022 incident. Now, initially you pled not guilty.
Mm-hmm.
When you got indicted, how worried were you? Because
All right, let me tell you, the first time I pleaded not guilty,
yeah,
because I knew they ain't hire me. I ain't hire no gun, I ain't touch no gun. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how the fuck this gun got in the Uber. So this was my whole mindset when I first got caught and they charged me. And I knew what I was talking about. So 30 days later, they give me a bond, right?
Mhm.
I get put on house arrest. As I'm at the crib, I get a call from them. Yo, yeah, cut the house arrest ban off, bring it up to the thing, your case thrown out. I
Oh,
look at the phone like, what? My case thrown out? They throw the case out. Like 8 months, 9 months later, they're like, yo, the detectives want to talk to you downtown. They from New York. Da-da-da-da-da-da. I go downtown and talk to the detectives. They're like, yeah, we just need to take this swab from you for DNA for the case because potentially they want to bring this case back up if your fingerprints found on it. Mind you, they saying I can get locked up if I don't do the swab and shit. I'm like, the case is already thrown out. Y'all come back 9 months trying to swab me? Is this deep? They really was mad that they ain't had me on that shit and it's New York and they really want to make an example out of rapper, you know what I'm saying? So I just do the swab. I'm in that bitch debating with my daddy. I'm like, hey, look, I could run out the back right here. You know, like, he like, no, son, just do it, man, just do it. I'm like, why the fuck they trying to swab me all of a sudden? This shit don't feel right. I end up just doing a little swab and shit. They come back like 3-4 months later, say, yo, we got an offer on the table for you. Take this 18 months. Your guideline's only 24 months. Take this 18 months. Mind you, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna plead guilty to what the bam. Give me that 18 months like yesterday. I'm going. Take me to jail now. I'm gonna do that time and get right back out. Before I can take that 18 months, the other case popped up with the theft and all that shit. We get into that high speed chase and all that shit. So now I got this case. So now they booking me anyway. So now I'm in DuPage County, New York. Flew over from DuPage to come and get me and take me back to New York to deal with that case. They asked me which case did I want to deal with first, the DuPage case or the Fed case. I'm like, the Fed case, yeah. Fed case, they came and got me, took me over there. I'm over there for that little time. I end up copping out. But the thing what he was trying to get me at was, if I would have copped out for that case in DuPage, if I would have pled guilty to that, then I would have had a felony on my background. So then the feds would have been like, all right, we can enhance him because he got a felony on his background.
well, but the felony came after the fact.
No, but you gotta understand this. I never pleaded guilty to, so mind you, I had a felony in LA and a felony in Chicago. I'm fighting both of those cases while I'm in the feds fighting this case. So I'm fighting 3 cases. So if I plead guilty to the LA case or the Chicago case, I'm a felon. And then the feds gonna enhance me. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't plead guilty to neither one of those cases until I knew what I was doing with the fed shit.
Right, with the 14 months.
Yeah. So I had to do it the smart way, you feel me?
Yeah, because worst case worse, you go to court, you could get 30 years.
Not 30 years though.
No?
In the feds, so say for instance, if you get caught with a switch right now in New York,
Yeah.
you're not doing no 30 years, not doing 20 years, not doing 15 years, you're not doing 10 years.
What are you doing, 5?
10 years is the minimum is the max that they could give you.
Okay.
A switch case is 0 to 10 years, but it also goes off guidelines, meaning
Previous.
if you don't have no record or no felonies on your record, they cannot give you, if your case held, like my case, held 24 months, you gotta be a dick-ass judge for me to walk up in this bitch and you say, 10 years, that's the max time. No judge is really doing that. No judge is doing that. You get me? And when you do that, you going outside the guidelines, which means when this person appeal it and go back in court, You went above their guidelines they're able to appeal at, and it's most likely they're gonna get back.
Right.
You get me? So most judges stay within the guideline. My guideline was 18 to 24 months. My judge went under the guidelines because of all the shit that was going on in MDC, all the infested shit, the raids, the bullshit, the killing, all type of shit in that bitch, you feel me? So they was crediting people double the time that they was doing because all this was going on in there. And then plus, you know, my daughter, my kids, my rap career, all type of shit. Like the judge took all that into consideration and gave me under my guidelines, which is 14 months.
Okay, so you accept that. How
Yeah.
did you feel when you finally pled guilty and they gave you the final number?
I was like, man, I felt great. I ain't gonna lie, because it's like I already had the time in. And it's like, I'm asking the security up in the courtroom, like, man, how much time you think she gonna give me? They like, man, you got one of the best judges. Her name was Nina, some shit, I can't even remember. But they like, you got one of the best judges. She's very lenient on y'all, on inmates and da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, all right, bet. I go up in that motherfucker. She was just basically saying like, you know, you got kids, I'm taking your rap stuff into consideration. I wanna see you win. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. And then plus the jail. So she gave me a lot of time credited. You feel me? And got me out of there. No count.